Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have never seen queues to get into a conference before. Thank you so much for being patient. I am quite literally starstruck at the moment. We have some of the biggest names in the Asian entertainment business backstage right now to come and talk to you. Welcome to EDM Matters with Liquid State. Thank you to Corsac and Wukong for an explosive opening to the session for us. We have some huge announcements to share with you today. So let's kick it off right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge Music Matters welcome to two absolute megastars in their fields. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Walker and Nicholas Chair. I never get starstruck, but right now I am. Gentlemen, welcome to Singapore, welcome to Music Matters, welcome to Liquid. We are extremely excited to have Alan, you back. You've been collaborating with Liquid since their launch, back with us today in Singapore. And you have this extremely exciting collaboration to announce with our very own Asian superstar, with Nicholas Chair. How did the idea come around to collaborate? Clearly your styles are very, very different. And are you going to try and merge those elements of electronic music with rock?
Well, of course, to begin with, like, our styles are, of course, very different, and I think that's what makes the collaboration very interesting. Combining electronic dance music with that style, I think it's something that really sets a standard, and I think that's something we're also missing nowadays, is something real, something with real instruments, and I think you could be a perfect match for this, and thanks to Liquid, we have all those options out there, and of course, having the opportunity to work with one of the biggest superstars out there in the market right now is absolutely remarkable.
Honor's mine, brother.
What does liquid state mean to both of you? And what are they doing for Chinese and Asia as a whole in music?
Well, for example, Liquid State actually helps Chinese artists and also other Asian artists out there to help them create a platform out there. They also go by a slogan called "The East meets the West," and I think that's an amazing slogan. And I'm so honored that I have the opportunity to be a part of something so amazing that helps us connect those two parts of the world and give each other a platform.
Yeah, I think it's we're in a generation of mashups, of featuring, of crossovers, of breaking boundaries, and I think it's imperative for different regions to have a platform that can actually bring us together. And I do think music or food, because I'm also doing food, they're really international languages. Sometimes lyrics may still have that bit of a barrier, but when it comes to a note, some frequency or taste, I think it's truly international, right? And it's thanks to the platform.
So clearly you recorded a video together there, or did you record together?
We're still working on it because
you're still working on the video.
We're both actually quite picky with and it's actually a challenge, If it's something that has been done before, I think So we're still fine tuning it. We're working on it. Yeah.
How did you meet? Where did that all come about?
We actually met 2 years ago, and the first one of the Liquid announcements in Hong Kong. I think it's 2 years ago. Yeah, Hong Kong.
That's true.
And have you recorded together in the same country, or have you been? What are the challenges of recording together?
No, yeah, we've been back and forth throwing ideas and different songs, and to see how we're gonna work this out to perfection.
And what's it going to look like? I mean, is it going to be EDM-driven rock, or is it going to be rock-driven EDM, or?
A little bit of both.
Yes, must be. We're striking that balance. Yeah.
And is this going to be the start of something that's going to be ongoing? How long do you see this going for? Is this a one-off, or is this something you want to do again and again?
Well, I hope it's not just only between EDM and rock. I think it should be, it should be. You could have rap and jazz for all I know. It could be blues and anything or psychedelic. So I don't think we should. But I mean, having a platform like Liquid to bring so many DJs and EDM especially to Asia, I think it's actually it's a very good entry point for kids nowadays to learn more about the trend and music itself. Right.
So Alan, we haven't seen you for a year. What have you been up to?
Pretty much the same as usual, touring, working with music, and of course, back here again. And it's a true honor to be back. It's super cool to see the progress since that last time, and it's the same as usual, touring here and there and shows, and
And Nicholas, you mentioned the food as well. This event covers multiple tracks of the entertainment business, music, sport, gaming, and everything. The last 2 or 3 years of your life, quite a lot been going on. Maybe just update everyone on what you've been up to.
Okay, I've been. I just finished a new movie with Donnie Yen, the Hong Kong action movie, and then so lately I've been. Well, the past few years I've of course been working on the Chef Nick brand. Next month actually I'm starting a new music show on one of the satellite televisions in China, and it's about rock. I'm trying to find the new breed of rockers, because we've been taken over by these EDM guys, which is kind of pissing me off.
So much so you partnered with one. So tell us about this. This show sounds interesting. So you're looking for new artists in China?
Right. So me, along with Wang Junkai from TF Boys and Jam Xiao Jingteng, we're gonna, along with a lot of other artists, we're gonna search for the new breed of rockers.
Fantastic. So please give them a platform at Music Matters next year when you find them.
I will.
Would be delighted. Now,
Bring them over.
one of the look, I can talk to you two forever, but unfortunately, I'm not allowed to because we have to go home at some stage. But and as I said, I really am very starstruck. But there is one guy here as well that should be on this stage talking to us as well, and that's the person that kind of brought you all together. Ladies and gentlemen, from Tencent Music Entertainment, please welcome Andy Ng. Andy, congratulations on this amazing,
thank you,
amazing partnership here. How did it come about for you?
Well, I actually wanted to say that, because we created Liquid, the brand, for about 2 years now. The original idea of having Liquid between Sony Music and Tencent Music Entertainment was that we try to create an open platform for all the people who likes EDM, and they can actually come in and do a lot of different crossover, and we are going to do a lot of bridging between the West to the East, because as we get to know a lot of different artists, we actually knew about the mission is to have the Western artists bringing them to China, and also for the Chinese artists bringing outside of China. That is really fits into the East meets West kind of concept. So we have been trying to do that, and a lot of our Liquid artists, like Alan, previously he made a new song, On My Way, just a new release 2 months ago, and we also have successfully embedded the song into a Tencent games, so that we try to be more popular, in the China market. So this is what we have been trying to do, and I actually wanted to tell everyone that, because when we are inviting Nicholas and Alan to do this collaboration, we actually were leveraging Tencent Music Entertainment big data. When we were trying to do this collaboration, we first find out what the fan space for both artists were like. And they were actually in a very similar fan space. So for example, let's say Alan Walker, out of our 800 million active users, we found that his fan space is mostly age group between 19 to 30. And the majority of his fans is actually male. And for Nicholas, actually we also found out that his fan space is between 23 to 35. And also the majority of your fans are male also. So that's why we believe that this is a really good collaboration between the two, because they will be able to fit into the same fan space. And that's why we were doing the introduction, and they are going to do the collaboration together. Yeah.
So you've used data to fuse artists, and how do you think that's going to resonate in China?
Yeah. So, you want to?
How do you think it's going to resonate with the Chinese audience?
I think it's going to be a perfect combination, as I said previously. It's of course going to be a very interesting combination, but I'm sure we're going to work it out. And although we pretty much have the same reach of audiences, I think it's going to be something that's going to be well approached.
We just got to work on more females.
Yeah, I was surprised by that data, but
well, actually, I also wanted to mention that because I understand that a lot of times, actually, the Western music and Chinese music are in different style, and we also understand that will be a challenge for both artists. But we do believe that with the different genre like EDM and rock, this is something new to the industry, something. It may shock the industry also. So this is something that we wanted to create, for a better song genre, for the future to come. So that's why, I think this collaboration will be very exciting.
And Andy, Tencent Music Entertainment, as you know, has been extremely focused on growing the Chinese music market. How do you see Liquid playing a significant role in this?
So besides pop as the genre, right? I mean, the majority of users, our 800 million active users, the majority of users are always listening to pop music. But we actually saw a very huge demand on EDM for the past 2 years. And in fact, I'm not sure if Dennis is here. Dennis is our the person that was in charge of QQ Music. He just gave me a data this morning saying that EDM genre has been significantly increased 6% within the last 3 months. So you will actually see that EDM is going to be the next wave in the Chinese market, and that's why I think Liquid comes into the China market, and TME is going to be 100% committed in marketing, promotion, and to ensure that the EDM Chinese market will success in the future.
So EDM really does matter.
Yep.
We've seen Liquid State release music from the likes of Lei Zhang, Rocket Girls 101, Shang Wenji, Sean, Bobby from Icon, and Vava. Do you have any other collaborators who are set to release music on the label?
Yes, we actually have a lot lining up. They are all very famous Chinese artists along the way, and I'm sure that Alan also knows a few because he's been also, I've been also bridging Alan and talk to them. But I wanted to be more secret at this moment, so you guys will get a lot of surprise in the very near future. Thank you.
Well, I'm so grateful to all the support for Music Matters from Liquid. So grateful to you, Nicholas, for coming all the way down just for this session.
Yes, I just flew in. I just landed 2 hours ago. I'm leaving 2 hours later.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please, a huge Music Matters thank you to Nicholas, Alan, and Andy. So thank you, Andy, Alan, and Nicholas, for sharing a hugely exciting development in China and probably for the rest of the world as well. Let's celebrate one of Liquid State's biggest ever releases from Corsac. Take a look. A billion streams in just a few months. That's extremely impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Corsac to the stage to share a little bit more about that success. Corsac. Welcome back. How are you?
Yeah, good.
This is congratulations and well done on the streams. Why don't you give us a little bit more on how you actually created that song?
First of all, so thank you so much to having me here. And for the reverse, first of all, thank you TME to give us so much big support. And thank you Sony Music, also Liquid Team, the Dream Team, Gunnar, Robin, Sophia, and else. Yeah. And for the song, I still remember the details. Like I wrote it 2 years ago. That time I cannot afford a regular studio or something, so I built a studio by myself. So I fill in 10,000s of ping pong balls on the floor, in the walls, and also the rooftop. So the neighbor will not, when I'm doing music, the neighbor will not call the police or something. Yeah.
For sound?
For sound.
Fantastic.
So in that dark room, I create this song. I remember I wrote the melody in 5 minutes, almost like one hit. And for the lyrics, first of all, I cannot write the lyrics that time, so I asked my friend, one of my friends who can do it. So, but his price is so high, I cannot afford it. So I have to do myself. And now I do not connect him so much. So and yeah, finally, it's 1 billion. Still like a dream to me. Also, it's my first dream to bring the Chinese language, also the Chinese vibe, the Chinese beauty to the world. And I think it's the perfect start, but just the start. And more hits are coming. And for this year, this 1 year, I always doing touring and working on music, a lot of new music. And when it's coming out, I hope you guys can like it.
Well, it's a great story, and I mean, 1 billion streams is a pretty good place to start for the career, so congratulations on that. I know that Liquid would like to congratulate you as well for this amazing achievement, so I'm going to welcome Andy back onto the stage to give you a special gift. Thank you, Corsax. Thank you, Andy. We look forward to some more good music from you and billions more streams, I hope, as well. On with the show, from celebrating Liquid's first billion streams to new Asian DJs joining the Liquid State label. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mizo and Wukong. And I'd also like to welcome Andy Ng back to the stage. Nice to meet you. Hey, how are you? Andy?
You look scary.
Please sit down. Please sit down. Wow, this is the noisiest session I've ever been. It's absolutely fantastic. Welcome to Music Matters. Andy, I'm going to start with you. We all know the Korean wave is everywhere. We heard from a lot of this about this yesterday. How is Korean dance music doing in China?
Well, hello. Yeah, I actually have a lot to say before, but by looking at his face now, I get scared and I just totally forgot what I was trying to say. But wait, yeah. So about the Korean music in China, right? So actually, Korean music is not only it has a big influential elements in between not just China but for the whole Asia. As you can see, we actually have a huge fan base that who loves Korean music and Korean artists. And in addition to that, right, you can see that many years ago, Korean pop, like so-called K-pop. Actually, a lot of K-pop already have blended in so many different EDM elements into it. So you can see that, even just on the K-pop, you see that people are dancing and etc. But you actually see that the K-pop music inside has a lot of EDM elements on there too. So that's why Liquid today, we are so happy to sign also with Mizo, who is a very well-known DJ in Korea, and hopefully he could do a lot more music for the China market. Yeah.
So Mizo, you've joined Liquid State. Congratulations. Will there be any collaborations on the horizon?
일단 먼저 이 자리에 초대해 주신 앤디 그리고 리퀴드 분들께 감사의 말씀을 전하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 미소입니다. 일단 미소에 대해서 간단하게 설명을 드리면 미소는 한국 전통 음악 그리고 한국의 전통의 악기를 샘플링해서 최신 사운드로 콜라보레이션해서 새로운 장르를 만들고 그리고 또 비주얼적인 한국 전통에 있는 비주얼을 아름답게 재생산해서 비디오 또는 퍼포먼스로 다시 보여드리는 프로젝트입니다. 그래서 보시다시피 이 탈은 하회탈이라는 한국의 전통 탈입니다. 항상 웃고 있고 이것을 현대적으로 바리에이션해서 앞으로도 더 발전할 수 있는 비주얼로서 만들 계획이고요. 그리고 세계적으로도 캐릭터를 가지고서는 성공한 사례들이 꽤 많다고 생각이 듭니다. 쉽게 얘기해서는 리퀴드 뮤직의 알렌 워커도 있을 것이며 예를 들어서 마시멜로우 등 성공적인 사례들이 있는데 그들의 사례를 그냥 쫓아가기보다도 좀 더 한국적이고 그리고 좀 더 미소적인 그리고 한국적인 것이 더 세계적인 것이라고 판단이 돼서 만든 프로젝트이고요. 네. 그래서 조금 더 디벨롭해서 발전해 나갈 수 있도록 노력하고 있는 상황입니다. 그리고 리퀴드 스테이트와 함께한 이유는 아직까지 아시아 시장에서는 EDM을 기반으로 해서 만들어진 전문 레이블이 없습니다. 우후죽순 생겨나고 있기는 하지만 아직까지는 전문성이 부족하고요. 그리고 리퀴드 같은 경우에는 제가 생각했을 때 아시아에서 EDM을 기반으로 그리고 또 EDM을 알고 있는 전문가들이 모여있는 집단이라고 판단되어서 제가 가지고 있는 컨텐츠, 한국의 우수한 EDM 아티스트들이 가지고 있는 컨텐츠를 잘 보여줄 수 있는 회사라고 기업이라고 판단이 되어서 같이 하게 되었습니다. 그리고 앞으로 저 미소뿐만이 아니고 저희 디스톰 아티스트, 한국의 유능한 EDM 아티스트들이 리퀴드와 함께 콜라보레이션을 할 수 있고, 그리고 우수한 음악을 앞으로 계속 들려드려서 내년에도 이 자리에 많은 한국에 있는 아티스트들과 리퀴드에 있는 아티스트들이 함께 했으면 좋겠다는 생각이 듭니다. 감사합니다.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miso from South Korea. First of all, I would like to thank Andy and the rest of the TME Liquid State crew for inviting me here today. The vision of this project is to further widen the spectrum of the electronic dance music scene by blending trendy EDM with traditional sounds of South Korea. DJ Miso will be first to introduce perhaps a new subgenre, very unique to the mainstream ear. As you can see, I'm in a mask representing an iconic Korean tradition called the hwahae. And with this identity, I'm planning on making many different collaborations with different artists around the world. There are instances where people have expressed their color through the form of a mask who have had great success in the past. The most iconic being our own Alan Walker. There's also Marshmello and Deadmau5. These artists have had a huge influence on me in the development of this character. In Asia, there really isn't a label solely dedicated to the production, distribution, and publication of EDM. Of course, there are some that have existed, but none significant enough to reach those that are fully established, like in Europe. When I heard about Liquid Music, I immediately knew that the potential they had in this industry was Asia's one of a kind. My crew and I have endless ideas of great content. However, for the world to appreciate and recognize this content as art, there needs to be a solid backbone, and I strongly, strongly believe that Liquid can fulfill this job not only for me, but for all its artists. As I said before, we have a lot of work coming up ahead of us. I would like to emphasize that Miso is just the beginning, and that there will be more Korea-China collaborations that will open the eyes of the world. Thank you very much.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. Thank you.
Wukong, you are making Singapore proud. Ladies and gentlemen, Wukong is one of the first DJs in Singapore to sign to an international label. What are your plans with Liquid?
First of all, thank you, Andy, for having us, a Liquid team as well. Liquid Gang, this is a great label, man. I'm very excited to be here, very proud. So, yeah. Sorry, what's the question again?
The question was, what are you...
I'm having fun, man. I'm back. Excited to be home, man.
What are your plans with Liquid?
Oh, my plans with Liquid. I guess for a start, it's just to, like bang out more new music, like go on, meet new people, learn. I think learning is so important for me, Yeah, because I just debuted this year. So for myself, it's kind of like a dream, releasing on such a good label with so many artists that we look up to as well. And I think the next plan is for myself to actually elevate everyone around me, the people who don't get a chance to actually get out from their scene, since now people are willing to help me, I could actually, try to help others as well. I think it's really important.
Well, congratulations again on all of your achievements and joining Liquid State. Thank you, DJ Miso. Thank you, Wukong.
Thanks,
thank you again, Andy. I'm sure we're going to see you back on stage shortly. But ladies and gentlemen, DJ Miso and Wukong. And just in case you thought that was enough of announcements, we've got more to follow. Please watch this video.
The kisses of the sun were sweet, I didn't think I let it in my eyes. Like an exotic dream, the radio playing songs that I have never heard, I don't know what to say. Oh, not another word, just la 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 la. It goes around the world, just la 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 la. It's all around the world, just la 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 la. It goes around the world, just la 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 la. It's all around the world, just la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. It's all around the world, just la 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 la. It's all around the world. It's la 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 la. It's all around the world. It's la 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 la
Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing career. Please give another Music Matters welcome to Rehab. Pleased to hear.
Thank you.
Welcome to Singapore. It's great to have you with us. Music Matters for the first time with Liquid State on this special day that you're actually joining Liquid State today.
Yes.
I remember you being one of the first artists from the West to start traveling regularly to Asia. What initially interested you about Asia?
The food. No, seriously, I think it was 2010, and we had like 4 weeks off in December, and then I was like, why won't we try Asia? And I remember coming to Singapore Zouk in 2010, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Because, when you grow up in Europe, you don't realize how big the market is in Asia. It's ginormous. It's way bigger than Europe. So I started touring it, and in the beginning it was small. I think Zouk was like one of the bigger clubs in Asia, and then of course China. Every year I came back, the clubs were getting bigger, more crazy, more better, and I think China now has like the best clubs in the world, production-wise, visuals, design. So that's how it sort of got started. Every year we went a step bigger.
So you've forged a name for yourself as one of the busiest artists on both touring and release. Where do you find the time? How do you do it?
Healthy lifestyle, I think, and I think the market is a very content market driven, so you have to keep releasing, you have to keep your name out there, people want to see you. If you're not fast enough, I think people forget you really quick.
Let's talk about China. You mentioned that some of the best clubs in the world are in China. You've been there more than most and traveled to so many cities across a big country. What kind of talent has caught your eye in China?
Every year it got better. Like in the beginning, I remember going to the performance, and then the DJ was playing something totally different than what you are playing, so it was really clashing. And now there's so many talented DJs that I noticed playing before me or after me that are giving me demos and bootlegs and remixes, and they work really. What I definitely noticed, like in the bigger cities, there's more talent, maybe because the competition is higher at the moment. But when I play Shenzhen or Beijing or Shanghai, there's almost so many good promos and demos from the Chinese acts.
So you're collaborating with Chinese acts?
We're working on it.
Obviously today is a big day for you and for Liquid. Tell me, why did you pick Liquid?
I'm a big fan. I watched Alan's career first of all, and I was a really big fan of how Alan Walker did his content and his music, and it was it was with a very clear vision. And I was watching it for a couple of years, and then I ran into Gunnar a few times, and we talked a bit, and I was like, oh, these guys really get it, and it's like a young team, and I really like working with a young team because I feel like we're on the same speed and the same pace. And like I said, they're very used to doing a lot of content, a lot of music, a lot of updating. It's a different system than most other conventional labels, I would like to think.
And speaking of collaborations, you are going to be doing some exclusive global releases with Liquid State. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we're now in the process to find the right collaborations with some big acts from Asia, and I think that's the fun part, you know. Like when I spoke to Liquid, I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to do some cool stuff, especially for the market. That's special, that no one is doing. Because I feel like that's what Liquid can do, what other labels can't do. They have the market under control to find the right collaborators. They've done it with Alan, and I think they can. We can do the similar.
Well, congratulations again on joining Liquid today. We like celebrating firsts with Music Matters, and we're going to have our first signing ceremony in 14 years.
Wow.
So, Andy, if you could join us back on the stage for a signing ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Ng and Rehab.
Your air, I can't even breathe. Lead my way out into the light. Sing your lullaby. Cherries in the ashtray, take me through the day. I just gotta make you a drunken memory. See you in the puddles on my Chardonnay. Sleeping in my bathtub, I can't wash you away. Keep me safe up in the clouds, 'cause I can't come raining down. Make the monsters sleep in my mind. Sing your lullaby.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rehab with Andy. Just got to take a few photographs.
Yes.
Rehab, if you could just stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to invite all of Liquid's artists back to the stage. So please welcome back Alan Walker, Nicholas Chair, Corsac, Singapore's very own Wukong, DJ Miso. Andy is already here. And we're also going to invite Andrew Chan, the Managing Director of Sony Music China.